the final 3 games.
Boom.
Thanks to Give Me the Headlines presented by Hyundai. So 3 games. These weren't the most intriguing games out there, but there are storylines in all of them. And our first game is Dolphins beating the Texans 30-15. We did not come up with a headline before this. We put you on the spot here, Chris.
I like it.
You go put me on the spot.
This is the way it used to be.
You go, I'll just think of it off the cuff.
Yeah, bull crap. There's my headline. Bull crap, because that's what the Texans looked like.
Oh, there we go. I like it.
They look
well
like
done.
a big bull on the field, crapping all over the place, crapping on themselves, everything. All right. I like how you guys are giving me a clap and a good job. Like, oh, look at him. He can do this. This is amazing.
Well, 30-15 did not indicate how lopsided this game was. And
No,
even when it was 30-0, that didn't indicate how lopsided this game was.
It really didn't. It really didn't. The Dolphins, I think, have to start being recognized as one of the best teams in football. I do. Their offense, the way it is, it's kind of an unstoppable force. The amount of pressure they put on you, it almost changes the way you have to play entirely throughout your whole team. And then the defense, again, it's the yards aren't great, but the defense puts tremendous pressure on you too. That's where they really match that way. It's an aggressive, go-for-it style of play throughout the football team with the Miami Dolphins, which is also why it lends them to, whoa, they're up 30-0. Whoa, they're up 3 touchdowns. Because their defense, they don't play bend or don't break. They're like, either you break or we break. That's kind of what they do. And the offense, it just comes at you in so many different ways. And I mean, I was laughing at one point during the game. If you were in, I was literally going like, look at this. I mean, it's this guy down the middle, nobody in the screen. This guy over here, nobody in the screen. He's running free. He's going here. I mean, they're a lot of fun to watch. Tua was great again. And, I just can't say enough about Mike McDaniel and just the things he does on that side of the ball to really be creative and stress defenses out.
Well, yeah, a couple things there. Miami scored on 5 of their first 6 possessions, not all touchdowns there.
Yeah.
They outgained Houston 287 yards to 32 in the first half. Tua, during the 5-game winning streak, 11 touchdowns, no turnovers. And so, yes, it all adds up to an 8-3 record, the best start for the Dolphins since 2001. And I think, you just mentioned Mike McDaniel.
Yeah.
I think he's coach of the year. Like, first year,
Yep.
which I think as an added difficulty level.
Agreed.
Right? Set the culture first year, go in there, learn everything, hit the ground running first year. Take nothing away from Nick Sirianni, who I love. I think he's awesome. I love all the emotion he shows out there. But second year for him. They added in the offseason. We all thought they'd be pretty good. And they are. But, I mean, I think he's the favorite, Nick Sirianni, right now, if I'm not mistaken, by BetMGM.
Yeah, I think he is the favorite. You're right.
I think I
don't disagree with what you're saying.
Mike McDaniel for that.
Yeah, I know. It's a lot of questions. Can this guy, this type of personality, do this? He's creative, and we think he's creative, and then he's delivered on all of that. And then the elephant in the room was Tua. And wait, can we make this work? Can we justify, the top 10 pick and start making him look like that? And yes, he's done that, with flying colors and given them an attitude about their football team. So, yeah, it's a team that I think we all thought could be good, but I don't think we thought it was going to be this good. I think that's the point. And it wasn't an easy situation to take over. All the Brian Flores stuff and, the Tua conversation. I tend to think that's a really close race right there.
Yeah.
I do. Sirianni, I don't want to discredit him either. It's not necessarily easy when everybody expects you to be 10-1. Yeah, you guys should be 10-1, and you deliver.
Yeah.
There's something to be said about that too. But McDaniel is right up there with him, Ahmed. You're right.
Well, I expected them to be 11-0, so they've disappointed me so far. Chiefs have not disappointed me. They did not against the Rams there. This game, we thought it would be a blowout. It was a blowout, although not as high scoring as maybe we would have thought a Patrick Mahomes offense would be. 26-10, the final score against the Rams. Your headline is?
Good teams win. Great teams cover.
Yeah,
and that's what we saw.
15.5-point spread.
Cover.
was not easy, was not pretty, but they did it.
Yeah, they did do it. It was like
against a Rams team that, I mean, who's even playing for them
well,
anymore?
I know. It was one of those games where it was 26-10. It was 20-3, and I don't know. The Chiefs look like they got into like, this, let's try this. Mahomes got a little careless. You see the Chiefs do this every now and then. I mean, not every now and then. They do it a lot in these type of games where it's like they have a feel of like we're clearly the better football team, and they kind of don't, for lack of a better way to say it, focus for 4 quarters, and they get the lead, and they kind of just like, oh, okay, we're cool with the Chiefs. It's in the books, and if we got to put the gas pedal back down again, we'll do it, no problem. But yeah, I mean, there was no. I didn't think the Rams ever had a chance in this football game at any point. I really didn't. It was just mistakes by the Chiefs that kind of let the Rams kind of hang around just for a little bit there in the second half.
Yeah, they had scoring drives, did the Chiefs, of 90 yards, 83 yards, 71 yards. A lot of those ended in field goals, unfortunately, for that offense. L'Jarius Sneed on the defensive side, 7 tackles. 1 tackle for a loss, an interception, 2 passes defense, so he stood out. But so did some of those rookies on that defensive side, which I think is a story going forward, right? That rookie season, the second half of a rookie season.
Yeah.
Trent McDuffie had a couple pass deflections. George Karlaftis, a big sack early in the game. Sky Moore's coming on. And Pacheco continues to look like the real deal in the backfield.
Definitely. And, even some of the other guys they got as rookie secondary players, they do a great job of contributing as well. It's young guys that are learning how to win. They can depend on them, that's for sure. I will say, again, there's a toughness of the Chiefs that I don't think I've seen them have through the Andy Reid era, and that's because of Pacheco. And, again, to run the ball 22 times yesterday, that was patience. I was shocked to see that. And this is still, I don't want to take this for granted. This is a Rams defense that's still really freaking good. It's still one of the best defenses in football. And it's not easy to score touchdowns against that crew down there. They're a team that, they can do a lot of different things. They're creative that way. But, yeah, that was a good win for the Chiefs, certainly. One that we expect them to win. They put them away, didn't play their best football. But that's kind of the way the Chiefs are. And, it's amazing. The Chiefs are clearly one of the best teams in football, and it's still shocking to see the Rams kind of struggling the way they are.
What I do know at this point, I will not be calling the big effer to his face.
Yeah?
That was the bet. Remember, that was the bet. If the Rams made the playoffs,
right,
I would have to swear at your father.
You're safe.
Still mathematically alive, though.
Yeah, but realistically not. No, realistically
not.
No, it's not going to happen.
Going to have to figure out something else.
And, damn, did you see that shot Sean McVay took on the sideline yesterday?
Yeah, that's right.
Holy crap.
By a rookie apparently running into the game who didn't even react.
Didn't even turn around and be like, hey, coach, sorry I knocked your head off. Holy cow, that was big-time shot.
I know. I wonder if he's like black and blue or
I wouldn't be
swollen.
shocked. That was like concussion protocol.
Yeah.
His head got turned around.
Like, you remember when Fabio got hit by that bird on the roller coaster?
Oh, yeah. That was
after that,
moment.
He goes, that would have killed a lesser man. I think Sean McVay could say that. Remember that?
Did Fabio say that?
Yeah, he did. He goes, that would have killed a lesser man.
That's amazing.
That bird exploded. He goes, I don't think I broke my jaw, so I'll be fine.
Holy
That's what Sean McVay said.
Yeah, well, that's a good way to start it off. I don't think I broke it. It's fine. It's just
it didn't look good. It's been a bad year. It's been a bad. He could have been making what, $20 million calling games for Amazon. Probably should have just done that, right? Just taking shots on the sideline. One more game to talk about. Neither of these teams are going to be in the playoffs, but it was a good win for the Carolina Panthers. They beat the Broncos 23-10. Your headline is
Burn, baby, burn.
Ooh, nice. I like it.
Burn, baby, burns.
Brian Burns has been very good.
He's really one of the best pass rushers in the game.
Couple sacks in this game. He's got a sack streak going, I believe.
Made fun of Russell Wilson at midfield.
Oh, did he?
That's why it's part of this. Is like he did this Russell Wilson move that Russell Wilson's done before. I'm not really up on this. The young kids are teaching me this. I didn't realize Russell Wilson had done this before.
Okay.
Morgan was the one that pointed it out to me yesterday. And I guess after he got the sack the one time, he kind of went to midfield and imitated this move that Russell does.
So he was mocking Russell.
He was mocking Russell.
Which you see teams do from time to time. If someone does the gritty, the other team will do the gritty.
Sure.
We've seen people do the waddle, right? Against Jalen
exactly
Waddle.
right. Exactly right.
All in good fun.
It is all in good fun.
You can't have good fun around Russell Wilson.
Well, it's like that. It's good fun. It's usually like, okay, yeah, you do it to Waddle scoring touchdowns and things are good. Like the Broncos and Russell Wilson are like going through like the toughest part of their lives right now.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson's struggling. I thought, and there it is. He did this right here. Right.
Yeah, where he's got his arms out, turning around. He's like, "Yep, look at me."
Yeah.
It's what Russ does before
the game
with his headphones on as he's meditating.
I guess so.
Why would you make fun of someone meditating?
He's getting power from God to start the game.
So then there was more that happened on the field here too, right? Because it was another bad game for Russell. 19
Well, I
to
thought
35.
about like making a Russell thing, like Darnold. Dangerous, but Darnold, like trying to find a way there. I don't know how I would have done that.
Yeah, good thing we didn't.
Yeah, good.
Good thing we didn't even talk about it. But his own teammates for Russell are starting to yell at him and snip at him, which we've seen in the past. The Seahawks would get into it from time to time. But Mike Purcell, I think we have the video, yelling at Russell Wilson as he's coming off the field, which happens, right? Russ kind of definitely backed down. He didn't Russ was not into that fight.
That was super aggressive. And I don't know, like, I don't know the full context here, I guess. Like, what's Purcell? Did they just come off the field? And what situation here? I guess that's where I don't really understand that. And to me, you got to be careful here, too. But I don't think this is like he's yelling at Russell. He's saying, like, let's go. Like, come on. Like, I don't think he's like, come on, you suck.
Yeah.
You guys suck out there. Do something. I don't think he's doing that. I mean, that's stuff that doesn't go on in a locker room more times than not, and especially when you're Mike Purcell and you're talking to a guy who's been around the league and been pretty awesome. I'd have a hard time thinking he was being disrespectful there, but it's not a good look, and especially when you're playing like Russ and Nathaniel Hackett and the way the Broncos look all together, I get everybody reading into it.
So Pete says that this was after Purcell got called for an unnecessary roughness on a field goal, and so maybe field goal attempt, so maybe Russ said something to him. Like, come on, man, can't have that. And Purcell was like, we can't have what you've done the whole season.
I don't know. That's where. See that? Well, that's
if you're
where
writing the script.
That's an interesting context. So wait, I up, and now I'm going to come off the field and yell at a guy to what? Like, hey, don't up like I just did.
Yeah.
Like what are you doing there?
I'll tell you this.
I got to watch the context of that too, because if that's the way that went down right there, then I might have problems with that actually.
Well, this is what I do know for sure.
Right.
100%. Don't need context.
Yeah.
Being a Denver Bronco fan might be the worst of any NFL fan base right now.
Yeah,
like,
they had high expectations, right?
It's bad times.
Yeah, it is bad times. It is. And I do want to give credit here to the Carolina Panthers a little here. Yeah, it is bad times. And, Russell, not good. We know that. I mean, how many freaking 3-and-outs and ugly drives did they have? Then the Broncos defense bleeding a little bit. I thought they would be dominant enough here to keep them in it. But, man, we're seeing Carolina and Dante Foreman, like, run the ball consistently on everybody. Mm-hmm. And then Darnold, even though it wasn't great, damn, it didn't look bad. It looked good, and he made some game-changing throws and plays to our man DJ Moore.
Yeah, the long 50-yarder.
Right. The touchdown in the back of the end zone
looked good.
Yeah, it was good. So between defense, run the ball, and do that, it was a good showing for Carolina.
When I looked at it, he's only 25 years old. I mean, that's the crazy thing about it.
I know.
It's like we think, like, I would have thought Sam Darnold's like 34, 35, getting up there with Aaron Rodgers.
No.
He's 25, but he's just been around, played for a bunch of coaches. So this was his fourth coach of the year, or fourth
his career
win with another coach. Wait, let me start that again.
Do it again. Come on, can you be professional here? Give me the headlines. Presented by Hyundai.
We're over hour 30 here. This is what happens. Sam Darnold gets a win with the fourth coach of his career.
Yeah.
Can you name the four coaches?
That says something.
So Steve Wilkes for sure.
Yeah. Gase, who drafted
Adam Gase.
Todd Bowles drafted him.
Todd Bowles, and then Matt Rule.
Oh, duh, Matt Rule, yeah.
Who was the coach here before. So, yeah. I mean, that
says a lot.
He's been in the league 5 years.
Says a lot. Sam Darnold's story is not over. Sam Darnold still has starting quarterback like skills and potential. So, and the situation, as we know, it's means a lot. Again, this is where the great quarterbacks, the situation doesn't matter as much. Justin Herbert, Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, they're going to make just about every offense look good. But the rest of the world, they need a little help. Just like we talked about with Tua. Do you not think Sam Darnold could be down in Miami hitting wide open Waddle and Tyreek Hill? I'm not trying to say it might be better than Tua or anything like that, but he's never been a part of anything like that. So that's where we'll see where it goes, and good to see him back out there. I would say for sure he earned himself the ability to start the next few games for the Panthers, at least the next one or two, and we'll see where it goes. But damn, yeah, it's ugly. It's ugly for the Denver Broncos, and it's really ugly for Russell Wilson. Never seen a quarterback of his caliber struggle to this extent for this long of a period of time.
And that was Give Me the Headlines, presented by Hyundai.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.